brand new banger.
It's Nukkle Hedd Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
The Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Tuesday night. And you know what that means is Nukkle Hedd Comics. We in the building. Got your boy Cap. What's going on, Cap?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Chilling. And as always, your boy Toe Tags. We are in the building, live and in living color. You know how we do. Now, first set of news for us tonight is that they said that Patrick Stewart's final acting role will be in Avengers Doomsday.
Really?
That's what they said. What's going on, normal guy? Appreciate you leaving the like. Everybody else, leave a like, subscribe, all that other shit. Tell your family, your friends, your loved ones.
Tell your friends' family.
And your family's friends. Tell everybody, go to the funeral, let them know what's going on. But yeah, so Patrick Stewart, his last role is Doomsday. Does that mean that the dude that's been playing Professor Xavier is going to be taking over, or would you rather see a new Professor Xavier?
We gotta see new people, man. We'll get to it when I get to what my plan is. But we gotta get all new people in here.
You're rubbing the mic.
Sorry, I had to get something off the thing.
I don't know if he was trying to clean the webcam, but
No, I have cat footprints all over this.
Best kind of footprint. Now, you went to Comic-Con. Did you see the live, the real lightsaber? Apparently, there was a guy walking around with a real lightsaber at Comic-Con.
No, I did not.
So it didn't exist. So it was a fake.
Dude, so there's two things that are called the real lightsaber. Disney has made one that's an actual retractable blade that retracts down into the into the hilt. But it's kind of like a measuring tape.
Yeah.
Like you could swing it, but it's braille. You're not gonna do shit with it. Then there's guys who use a fucking torch, like the lighter you got, and they burn just a big ass candle. Well, not a candle, but a big ass fire that they use to move around.
His shit look like that.
But that's also not the same because technically speaking, lightsabers are plasma, and this shit you could put your hand through without worrying.
Well, I mean, shit. There'll be a lot of lawsuits if you couldn't put your hand through the lightsaber.
But
The lightsaber went through your hand instead of your hand going through the lightsaber.
they're not making it for like commercial use. They just made it as a bunch of guys.
I know. I'm just saying, it's, I'm pretty sure the plasma will be hard to fucking keep control of. Yeah. So there's a top 5 MCU one-liners. I'm trying to get through all 5. That way we can see what you would rank them. But let me get through this shit first, and then we'll see what you think is. But
All right.
what would you think would? All right, we're gonna start from 5, and then we're gonna go to 1, and you tell me if there's any other better ones than they have here, and if you were to reorder them. All right.
All right.
So number 5 is Thanos grabbing his gauntlet, going, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Okay.
And then number 4 is Bruce in Avengers 1. I'm always angry. Number 3 is Thor in Infinity War. Bring me Thanos. Number 2, Endgame, Captain America. Avengers, assemble. And number 1, Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
From Endgame or
From Iron Man 1.
oh. All right. Since it's Iron Man 1, let's swap 1 and 2. Put Avengers Assemble at 1. I am Iron Man at 2. Let's get rid of 5. Thanos saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself." He probably has something better that he says. Like when he says, "I'm inevitable." Yeah,
Okay.
fucking Team America. I'm inevitable. I can. What I would put at 5 is Nick Fury saying, "We're starting the Avengers Initiative."
Okay.
You got to keep "I'm always angry" in there. That was a badass line.
Not the flying monkeys. I get that reference.
No,
What about Agent Cole? Oh, well, that's what it does.
no. I mean, a good 6 for him would be the first time he comes up and it's like, "Oh, I'm part of the Strategic Homeland Logistics Defense and whatever the fuck SHIELD stands for."
All right. So there goes the top 5. Now, they're saying you recast Carnage and you put the guy who played Rorschach in it. And that would have been a generational casting.
We saw what he did with Freddy. We need somebody who's brand new. Somebody who we don't know. So that way when they take a swing and they go in a direction, we can follow what they're doing and not be like, "Oh, but he didn't do it like that the last time he played crazy," or, there's no expectation from any previous work. We can just let him sit in there and take it however he wants. Because think of this. I just watched the thing where these people were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and as a joke, an NPC came in the room and was talking. Everybody else was like, "Yo, who are you? Who the hell is this guy?" One dude, as a joke, went, "Hey, who do you know in this room right now?" And it's a funny joke. Until the scene ended and the players were just talking amongst themselves. And one girl was like, "Yo, Zach, what you said was the scariest thing ever. Can you imagine walking in a room and somebody walks up to you and goes, 'Who do you know in this room right now?'" We need somebody who can play with that yeah, there's an obvious craziness and an obvious scary, but the dude who's not scary until you're like, wait a minute, what did he just say?
Yeah.
That's what we can use for Carnage.
So you want a no name or not as popular.
Yeah, because I want to see Cletus Cassidy on screen. I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, even though he's pretty good as Deadpool. So that's a poor example. But I don't want to see Brad Pitt as the Vanisher. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
if Leo was a hero now, it's Leonardo DiCaprio as whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's not the character.
I get you.
Plus, we gotta have somebody who can do this for a while, right? I mean, we're already proven that you get 60 over Mahershala Ali and then wait fucking 15 years. We're gonna get another thing. Like Mahershala Ali's last role will be in the first Blade movie.
Shit. If that ever happens, because it's impossible to make a movie like that. For shit. All right, so speaking of movies, the Sony Amazing Spider-Man 2, they cut out the scene where Peter's father is talking to him at the funeral.
Oh,
I mean, not at the funeral. He's at the
gravestone.
cemetery. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think they should have left that in there? Because to me, is I've never known his father to still be alive.
So in that movie, they try to make it seem like his parents were still alive, and there's some covert spy shit going on. It seemed that they were more interested in the Sinister Six, and not so much in what Spider-Man was doing. So I think you can leave that out.
Okay. And the last bit of news I have is that the lanterns are expected to be released after Supergirl.
Okay. So maybe something happens in Supergirl that leans into the lanterns a little bit, or it's just probably giving them more time to build. Superman was good. Peacemaker, despite my thoughts, everybody loved that. You get Supergirl that hopefully turns out good. So now you get 3 in a row when you bring it up instead of, another unknown show.
Well, isn't Supergirl supposed to be happening in space like her 18th birthday?
Some shit like that.
So I mean, they can introduce the Green Lanterns in there, like she's partying with a female Green Lantern or something.
I mean, shit, we got Guy and Superman. Why not just put them throughout everything?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But that's the news I got for this week. Is there anything that you found out or that you wanted to talk about? Or?
Let me get a quick check. The news feed that I'm looking at hasn't been too active. Like one of the things is there was a description of how Robert Downey was going to play Doom, which I know you don't want to hear because that might, if true, might be spoiling. Then there was the rumor that the Avengers Doomsday, the trailer might come out with Avatar, Fire and Ash, or Ash Ketchum, or whatever the hell the movie's.
Didn't they say the trailer was supposed to come out this month or next month or some shit like that?
So it's next month in conjunction with Avatar.
Okay.
I think they also wanted. I think there was a small rumor that Sony wanted to bump up production on getting a trailer for their Spider-Man New Day or New Day Rock, whatever the fuck the new one is called. So that also goes out, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Okay. Apparently, the guy from Snowfall is supposed to be the new Black Panther.
So that was a thing where it was some sort of fashion week where Angela Bassett dressed up as Queen Ramonda, and he dressed up as T'Challa and walked her down the fashion runway. But that wasn't like a Marvel sanctioned event. But that's the dude we've been saying for how long now?
Well, they've been saying it.
But
I
isn't
don't
that
know.
what we were saying too? Is that he should have what do you call it? He could take over.
I mean, I don't for a fucking Chadwick Boseman. I don't know. He was alright in Snowfall, but I didn't see no Chadwick Boseman in him. Unless he's gonna play
He doesn't
Chadwick
have to be.
Boseman's son.
He didn't have to be Chadwick. He's got the son.
Yeah, but unless he's gonna play his son, they're just saying that how far in the future is Black Panther 3 gonna be?
Remember, we still in the multiverse saga.
Shit, because he's supposed to be fucking 5 years old.
No, wasn't he? I thought it was like 10.
No, he was not 10. This should take place like 5 years after the fucking blip or something like that. He was like 5, 6 years old. He wasn't 10. Shit. But I don't know. That's another one that. What's wrong with Shuri? I know she's a woman and men hate women now and the other shit, but Shuri did a pretty good job in Wakanda Forever. I always love when people go, "We're never gonna replace Chadwick," and then here goes the new Chadwick Boseman. Here goes the new Black Panther. Remember, we got the multiverse, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. All right, cool. You gonna lie to us? Shit. They didn't fucking give us Shang-Chi 2. They didn't explain what the fuck was going on with the fucking Eternals. They didn't explain what the fuck was going on with the Eternals. They didn't do nothing until like fucking 25 years afterwards. There's a lot more shit they could be doing than just fucking, no, let's just replace Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Like, how about the effort goes into Shang-Chi 2? Some new fucking people. You got Kamala Khan making a team for what? Because she's making a team, but then fucking Thunderbolt Ross wanted Sam Wilson to make the Avengers all over again. And now Sam Wilson did make the Avengers because now when they have the new Avengers with the Thunderbolts, he's suing them for the copyright name. And now how many fucking Avengers team do we have that no one's ever seen before because we need to fucking worry about a new Black Panther? And I'm not saying this because he's black. I know all the racist people that be watching like, yeah, get rid of the black niggas. It's not about that. It's about the fact that we got 25 other fucking movies that were left incomplete that maybe, can have some kind of story to the shit that we can go fucking visit. Like the first fucking thing you're going to do is go back on what you said when we're not going to replace Chadwick.
There's no argument with that, or there's no other side to that. So,
and here goes another fucking part of the rant. You so worried about replacing Chadwick Boseman? Why don't we fucking write a script for Blade? Why don't we write a fucking script for Blade that works? That one slipped your fucking mind too. What was it? Sagat is in control of fucking Blade. He missed it with his one fucking eye. What the fuck? Like, come on, let's be serious. We need to. Does someone need to be hired to be held accountable for this shit, or is it just fuck it? Whatever we decide to do is what we decide to do in Marvel now.
It looks more and more like it's whatever. They just decide to do whatever in the moment.
Because the reason why the fucking Phase 1 worked, it wasn't because they had classic movies. It was because they fucking told us a story in those movies. And I know we never said this shit before. You know, this never came up. Not once in the fucking 7 years that we've been doing this shit. That, you know, Marvel had a story that concluded in Avengers, and then they told another story that concluded in Endgame. Now they ain't no fucking story. Now it's just, look what we can do. Shit. Not to mention that you got another fucking world power living in the fucking ocean with more fucking vibranium. And you have animanium. Which, if I remember, animanium is stronger than vibranium, but it's not as versatile as vibranium. I don't see no fucking guns making lasers with fucking animanium. It's just fucking strong. The only thing that successfully happened with animanium was they put it in Wolverine.
Yeah, vibranium should not be this magical. That is doing whatever the fuck they needed to do. But
shit, watching Black Panther Wakanda Forever, actually, you know, after watching the Eyes of Wakanda show, remember how the dude had the bracelet that did the Morse code?
yeah.
Then they showed, like in Wakanda Forever, they showed that the bracelet was also a long distance radio and all that shit. It's like, all right, that's cool. You see the technology fucking advanced from whatever time DC or AC DC to fucking now.
Although it did seem that some of the shit they had is like, but it's almost like Star Wars. It's like the shit they had in the prequels was better than what the fuck they had in the regular shit.
Yeah, right. Shit. But here goes one thing that I don't think people realize. What's her name? T'Challa's girlfriend, the spy.
Yeah.
She was better than Adora Milaje.
Well, she was like speaking of Eyes of Wakanda, she was like the girl in the first thing. She was Adora Milaje, who then became part of their little spy network and sent out to the world.
Because she seemed like she could, like when they had what's the actual Dora Milaje woman that was with Shuri, she seemed like she could fucking do shit more than the other one. Like, she should have been fucking guarding the queen or the princess.
You got to remember when you venture out from your original place of origin, you gain more experiences, you gain different type of experiences. You become more well-rounded because you're not always just hunkered into that one thing that you do. So she thought differently. She had a more well-rounded view of the world. Why do you think in Eyes of Wakanda so many of them never wanted to come back, or they had difficulties coming back?
Shit, because they made a life for themselves outside of Wakanda. They tasted freedom, and Wakanda seemed like a jail. Because it was like, you come to Wakanda, you're never going to be able to go back out again.
Yeah, and think of that. A jail in the world's most technologically advanced fucking civilization.
Well, isn't that why she didn't want to come back?
Yeah. Because despite, and again, we're not a political show, but despite some of the politics that you hear around this fucking country, we're better when we all fucking mingle and mix and share ideas.
Shit, if I'm not mistaken, that was also the reason why T'Challa didn't want his son to be born in Wakanda.
Yeah, he didn't want him to have to face the same scrutiny he did.
Which is crazy, but I mean, it be that sometimes. Have you heard about this Godzilla movie? Godzilla Minus Zero?
Yeah, that's the new title for the sequel.
They came out with a trailer, or they just
No, so they had a Godzilla Day in Japan, and they came up with the title. They're working on the it's in production right now. Godzilla Minus Zero is the new title. They also came out with the new Toho version of Godzilla. It was a short film that had a new fiery I forgot what the fuck they called it, but it's shit, something with an M, but it's a new version of Godzilla that they also showed. I tried my best to look that shit up today. I could not find that fucking short film. It might not be available to international audiences yet.
and that short film is supposed to be a preview or part of the movie.
No, so so there's three different versions of Godzilla right now. There's the minus world Godzilla. There's the American Godzilla that's fighting with King Kong and doing whatever the fuck we're making him do. And then there's the original Toho Godzilla, where instead of CGI, it's still the fucking rubber suit
Yeah,
thing. And they just did a short film to introduce a new version of Godzilla during the celebration.
which is the new version, the minus.
No, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
And when is Minus Zero supposed to come out?
Oh shit. That is fuck 2027?
Or no time soon.
Yeah.
Shit. Because Godzilla Minus One was dope. I hope Godzilla Minus Zero happens a little bit after Godzilla Minus One, and it's not just directly after. You know what I'm saying? Like this is years or decades after or something. You know what I'm saying? Because that'd be kind of fucked up. It's like shit. They just went through all that shit with Godzilla, and now he's back fucking 2 days later.
Yo, I mean he's got to fucking heal.
Yeah. Shit. Funny how we keep saying that because of that movie, there's no reason for. There's no excuse for them to make bad movies now.
You have to keep finding it.
Yeah. They find an excuse. Well, I don't think it's an excuse. They just fucking don't know how to. They just fucking don't know how to make good movies.
There you go. Godzilla Fest Shinjuku Burning is the name of the short film.
Shinjuku Burning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't spell that shit right at all.
Don't worry, I only spelled it right because I literally just saw it.
Okay.
So that's the new Godzilla, where like parts of him are on fire and shit.
And that's the third one. Or that has nothing to do with minus.
No, it's part of the short story, the short film.
Okay.
I think Toho might do something with it. So Godzilla is kind of like Batman, where they have multiple different fucking versions of him at once.
Yeah. Okay. Is there gonna be a new is there supposed to be a new Godzilla versus Kong movie or
Yeah, that one also is coming out in 2027, I think. Godzilla. (2027) Godzilla and X Kong Supernova.
Godzilla and X Kong?
Oh, it's Godzilla X Kong
Oh.
Supernova.
Yeah.
And so far, the only synopsis is Godzilla and Kong face off against a cataclysmic threat.
It's like the other one.
All right, they got some people in here. Dario Lindau was in there.
Ooh.
This dude.
Oh, okay. Romeo Must Die.
Yeah. They also got Dan Stevens. He was in the last one. Sam Neill from Jurassic Park. Matthew Modine, who's an old actor. Let's see. Grant Sputro. He's the director. Let's see what he directed. Nothing we know. So essentially, this is going to be like a first-time director taking this over. So
Hopefully they don't fuck it up.
I mean, at this point, how can you mess up big lizard, big monkey fight things?
I mean, the same way that they always fucking find a way to fuck it up by making it more important for the fucking the humans to do shit than the.
You know what's funny?
Godzilla.
I have not watched the last one again. Have you seen that again or no?
Yeah, I seen it again. I seen it a couple times.
Is it on one of the streaming things?
Yeah, it's on It's on HBO.
All right, I gotta check it out because the only thing I remember was Godzilla suplexing Kong on a pyramid, and then Kong using that little monkey to beat the shit out of the other apes.
Yeah. No, but yeah, then he also fought the snow god that was the fucking monster there, and Godzilla found his hammer. That was like part of Godzilla's that was part of no. King Kong found his hammer that was part of Godzilla's tail or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What's going on, Terrell? Hi guys, today is election day. Hey man. Hopefully whoever you voted for wins.
Hopefully whoever you cast your vote for got your vote.
Word. When did they announce who won?
It's gonna be a while.
2027?
No, we should know by the morning. Last checked, said, well, I can tell you right now, breaking news, folks. As we head to election 2025, here the mayor candidates all jockeying for position, and projected winner with 49% of the vote, Zohan Mandani.
That's the guy everybody. That's the one that Cuomo said he ain't never had a job.
Yeah,
That everybody wanted him to win.
yep. Cuomo came in at 41%. And what I tell you, Curtis Siwa,
The guy that it was like, fuck it, throw him in there.
yeah, 7.9% of the vote. Now, here's the funny thing. Even though this is New York City, there is not only 7.9 of the vote that are Republican in this city. Which means I've told you, he couldn't win this race if he ran unopposed.
Shit. But the official announcement is later today, right? Because they got to revote. They got to recount Florida at least twice.
Yeah. The projected winners normally are good, and when you up by 8 points, that's a pretty big ass fucking swing. If you're gonna, and you gotta remember, they did all early voting like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So all those votes are already cast. So were you coming up with new votes? Yo, in the Bronx. So this is how it broke down by borough.
Okay.
I don't know why we're doing this because I personally don't give a shit, but I got it here in front of me. And it was brought up in the chat. Might as well, right?
Yeah.
And the Bronx, Zohan won, or as they called him on SNL, the Zohan won 51-40 against Cuomo. In Brooklyn, it was 58-35. Manhattan, 52-43. And Queens was the closest at 46-41.
Yeah.
Now they got a whole bunch of other stats and shit, but that's enough for political corner.
So Queen's the issue. So you're saying we should get rid of Queens in New York? Queens should be its own, be a part of Jersey or some shit.
It could be part of Staten Island, which wasn't on that list.
Word. Right. I'm trying to remember because I'm watching the MCU timeline again, and I'm up to Thunderbolts, which is the last movie, which apparently Far From Home or No Way Home is not on Disney Plus. Yeah, for some reason it's not on Disney Plus. I don't know where it's at, but they don't have it on Disney Plus. And I just finished watching Captain America again. Which, here goes my new theory for why Sam was able to stop that pole from swinging without killing himself. I think it wasn't the fact that General Ross was holding back or anything. Or like, I think subconsciously, General Ross still thought he was old. Because you got to remember, he's an old man that's about to die. He's got to be what? It's fucking in the movie, what is 70s?
That's a good point. Who knows?
You know, so he turns to the Hulk if he's fully conscious, because the Hulk was a monster that was created to protect Bruce Banner. So that was all rage. The Red Hulk was not anything to protect General Ross. He's just Ross as the Hulk. So he probably still thought he was old. And him swinging that shit might have been one of those things where he just swung it very slowly or very softly because he wasn't used to being the Hulk. Because I've noticed the first time he hit Sam, the wings were vibrating with the vibranium. But the last time he hit Sam before he ripped the wings off, the wings were vibrating so much that Sam couldn't control them. Because it seemed like he started becoming more and more used to being the Hulk and having that power. So seeing that's what I'm thinking is that he was not used to the strength of the Hulk and still living in that he was an old man theory. That's why a lot of the stuff he was doing, because if you notice, he I'm pretty sure you forgot, he smacks the podium and the podium goes maybe 50 feet. He rips off one of the pillars for the house. The porch falls down the house. He's not destructive like how the Hulk was. But then when he got pissed off and he did that fucking clap, the entire house fell apart.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it was the fact that he wasn't aware of his full strength.
I mean, shit, that makes sense. You know, it's a shame, though, that much of what Marvel's doing now is left up to speculation.
Yeah.
Because as you know, in the first set of movies that came out, Phase 1, we didn't know if Tony Stark was Iron Man until, like, what, 3 movies in?
Yeah.
Like, we was just speculation after speculation. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew what the meaning of shit was?
Yeah. I mean, listen. There's no amount of speculation that can ever get any of the Thors except for Ragnarok to not suck. I watched.
One is not bad.
When I rewatched the MCU, I skipped Thor: Dark World. Like I'm not. I saw it twice, and that's too many. That's too many. And the reason why I didn't mention Love and Thunder, because Jane is just insufferable in that shit. I'm just like, holy shit, man.
Yo, Stormbreaker is insufferable, and it's a fucking hammer.
Yeah, but I would rather deal with Stormbreaker than fucking Jane. The way that she was fucking acting. Like, but yeah, and then the fucking story and the Rock dude, everything about that shit was fucking bad. Everything except for Christian Bale. Would you want to talk about Carnage? Christian Bale be Carnage. Where he played the God Killer. Shit, I can see him being some freak, like Psycho, the American Psycho. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can see that with Carnage. But then again, like you said, you want somebody new, a fresh take on it.
Yeah. Cause I want to be surprised. I want to sit down and be like, "Ooh, that dude was good." You know, it's like when I watched The Terrifier. Right, the first one had nobody in it. You know, it was what it was. Then you sit down, you watch the second one, you're like, all right, let's get through this shit. And then the lead actress is actually good. And you're like, ooh, there's a reason for me to watch this now. More than just laugh at how fucking crazy he gets.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, speaking of real reason to watch, Quantumania. I watched that again. And one of the things I'll give an excuse is that Kang is a difficult opponent to fight because of his technology that he stole from the future. in that movie, he just had the technology to stop people in their tracks and shoot a beam out of his hand. So it could possibly be that chair that he was using was his technology, and that he just was trying to use that to get out of the quantum realm, and he didn't have the technology to actually be a fucking force against Ant-Man and them. You know, and it's like he got beat up by ants. True, but them ants was thousands of years of in the future civilization, and they fucking grew and became like they were smart ants. They weren't just regular ants. But you know, it still amazes me that a man that travels the multiverse, steals technology from all throughout time, conquered universes, erased timelines, is still not as menacing as a fucking guy who painted people gold and called them perfection.
Yo, that's the thing I was gonna bring up. Is they were still afraid of him, but yet he's not strong enough without his chair to stop ants, even if they're fucking thousands. It's still a fucking bug. And you can't beat the fuck out of it. Like, you can't stop Ant-Man? Why were you afraid of him? Was that chair that powerful that the minute it's operational and he's in it, that the game over? Automatic loss?
See, I think the reason why he was afraid of Ant-Man was because of the Pym particle. It seems like in this universe, the Pym particle has become the Tesseract, not the Tesseract, what's Tony Hart start? Hart.
The arc reactor?
The arc reactor. Because the arc reactor was used for Loki to power the Tesseract so he could bring Thanos and all that. So, but now that Hank Pym is the genius, and that was the reason why he was able to travel through time, I think the reason that he was afraid is because of those Pym particles. He knew the true measure of what the Pym particles could do, and since he didn't have them, he was at a disadvantage, and he probably didn't want to mention anything by that. You know what I'm saying? But also, it doesn't make sense because you would think that he would have taken it from Scott.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just me trying to make some kind of excuse.
And again, for some reason, the decision was not to go with he beats Scott and gets out. But the decision was speculation. Is he dead? Is he out? What happened to him?
Has he become time itself?
Yeah. Why are they still afraid of him?
Yeah.
How many I know you want us to talk about these fucking movies. I know you want the engagement. I know you want the excitement. But is it not more excitement to go, he's out? How are they going to stop him? Who's going to run into him next? Who do we send after him? Did the Council of Kangs tell us so we can go get him? Is that not more exciting than, is he alive? Did he fuck up? What did we watch? How did it get?
Well, here's the other thing, though. People don't bring up. Why is he telling us he's the only one that can stop the Council of Kangs? Because he said, me, a whole bunch of me. That's who you're preventing. That's who I can prevent from coming here and protect you from. Right? Why is the Council of Kangs still a thing when the one Kang at the end of time controls the timeline?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly why. Speculation.
Because didn't he have that war with the Kangs, and he developed that fucking monster for the void to kill the Kangs and all that other shit? So there was only one Kang left.
But remember, time resets. And the war starts again.
Yeah, but that it would have happened that way if Loki took over.
I'm out of fucking ideas to try to explain what the fuck they're doing. I have ideas for what we would do to fix it for our next round, but as for what Kevin Feige is currently doing, yo no sé.
Because to be honest with you, he just wiped Kang out. Because to be honest with you, this movie I think was Ant-Man got rid of Kang from the multiverse, from the quantum realm, because wasn't that Kang's country? Wasn't that where he stood, or am I bugging?
He made Chronica or whatever the fuck the name of the city is.
So Ant-Man got rid of him, and then Loki got rid of Kang and became Time himself. You know, the Tree of Time or the Tree of Life or whatever fuck. So I think
the Tree of Woe.
Yeah, I think that's the end of Kang. If that would have been the end of Kang, that would have been perfect, because now it's not I'm here to save you from me, a whole lot of me. It's I was here to prevent you from touching the multiverse, because the power of the multiverse is too much for someone to have all on their own. And now that they stopped Kang from controlling the multiverse, you have people like Doom who know how to manipulate the multiverse now and cause doomsday. I think, well, through speculation, I think that would have been a good story for, listen, the worst thing that can happen than me is someone else getting the power of the multiverse. You guys start traveling the multiverse, there's going to be an issue.
Yo, that would have been a better ending. For him to convince Scott to let him go, because you need him on that wall to stop the worst thing from happening. And then you could have had Ant-Man question whether he made the right decision.
Yeah. Because what's her name? The wife. Good.
I was gonna say, because you run into Loki. Yo, I let this dude go because he said he was holding back the worst versions of blah blah blah. And Loki would have been like, well, I met another version of him that was also pretty good, holding back some other shit. Like, so there could have been a moment of like, okay, maybe we did make the right decision. And then it goes all, fucking.
Yeah, because now there's a reason. Because what's her name? Ant-Man's wife,
Janet Van Dyne.
Janet. She saw him destroying and conquering worlds, but she don't know why. She just saw it and was like, "Yo, you're a piece of shit. I gotta stop. You can never get out of here." Well, obviously, he could have been like, "I was pruning worlds where people were starting to try and take over the multiverse. I'm the savior. Like, you don't see, like, you're not holding the Avengers in contempt for killing all those aliens because they were stopping them from taking over the planet. I was destroying these planets to stop them from taking over the multiverse." But speculation.
Yo, it's almost like, hey, but see, this is what I was telling you before. It doesn't work when you let people make the movie they want to make within the confines of the story you want to tell. Because then we get a different fucking movie, and the director's not directing his movie. He's just pointing the camera at the shit you told him to point at.
Yeah. Because that's at this point, you just need one director or like 4 or 5 directors to do these movies.
Yeah, so that he doesn't get burned out doing
yeah, and it's Because not for none, the Guardians of the Galaxy had to feel different than Captain America. At one point, these movies have to feel different. They have to have their own identity, but they have to keep having the same story.
Yeah. So, but that's what you do. Instead of getting a director who wants to tell his own story, you dictate the story, but you get a director with his own visual style, so that the movie feels different and looks different while it's telling the story you wanted to tell. Kind of like Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts ushered in a connective tissue to this next whatever the fuck is happening. But it was told and done in a way that not only connected, but still got across whatever the fuck he wanted to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, they got to choose. You can't do this. Hey, we let Taika do whatever the fuck he wants, but then we won't let Edgar Wright do whatever he wanted with Ant-Man, even though he's been working on it as a passion project for fucking 10 years. Like, come on, dog. You let the wrong one do whatever he wanted with your characters.
Yeah. Shit.
Any other thing before we jump in?
I didn't rewatch Eternals, because to me that was just because. Oh, here goes a theory. Because I remember I was talking to Lay about it, and he was like, "Why wouldn't they help? They never mentioned like why wouldn't they help fight Thanos and all this other shit." And you know how they said they can't interfere, but I think a good reason why they didn't help was because Salma Hayek was like, oh, "This is the perfect reason to stop it, the fucking Eternal from blowing up this planet." So instead of for us fighting the fucking god, or what was his name, Kukraki, who's the fucking Erisham, instead of for fighting him to prevent this fucking Eternal from blowing up this planet, if Thanos wipes out half the fucking universe, this planet is good. Why would we help them get their people back? And then they got their people back, and she's just left in awe, like, shit.
Now, here's another thing. I haven't seen Eternals fully since the first time I watched it.
Nothing changed.
But no, there's the thing where they can't interfere, right?
Yeah.
But the whole purpose of them is to foster life on Earth to reach to a certain point in which the
population and intelligence is.
Yeah, but the Eternal inside us, or
Celestial.
The Celestial can grow.
Yeah.
All right. And their interference, like with nuclear weapons and whatever, wasn't an interference as we see it. They were tipping the scale up. They might be going faster than our timetable. Back it up a little so that we're not ahead of schedule or behind schedule.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they help? Because they're here to keep the balance for the Celestial. They don't care either which way shit breaks out. I mean, that's a perfect excuse right there to go along with the reveal of Salma Hayek. Like, well, half the population gone. This motherfucker's dormant for even longer. So fuck him. We don't want to do this shit anyway. Yeah. Then again, you have your reason for why they don't show up. You have your reason for why they do what they actually did do, in terms of jumping in when they did and not. instead of speculation.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the issue. Shit. And we're saving the fucking MCU without any pay here. Just fucking.
Yo, guys, I haven't seen the movie since I came out of a theater. I just recognized this fucking pattern.
Shit. And it's funny because you know how in people go, well, technically the ether isn't a stone.
Yeah.
Thor actually said that in Endgame also. So someone called it a stone. It's not a stone. And he started pointing at people. He's like, it's ether. There's a difference. So I guess they addressed that part.
Well, anybody should know it's a non-Newtonian liquid.
There you go.
You don't even know what that is.
Yeah, if there was Tonian in it, it would be an Newtonian liquid. If there's no Tonian,
Have you ever heard of Oobleck?
Oogway, Master Oogway,
Oobleck.
like Michael Bublé.
It's the shit the shit that looks like glue. That if you go slowly, you can put your hand through and it moves like water. But you put any force and it becomes rigid.
Okay, yeah.
That's a non-Newtonian liquid. So the ether flows like liquid, but the minute you put any force to compress, it turns into that hard ass stone.
Okay,
That's the best science answer I can give to why the ether can be contained in that shape as a stone.
I mean it makes sense.
Yo, next week I'm gonna change my name to Speculation.
At this point, you're gonna have to shit. With all this speculation you got,
And well, let's get out of speculation land and into hard facts and reality. How will you save, or what is your plan for the future of the MCU?
so yeah, this isn't about saving it, right? This is just like,
What's the next step?
yeah, because they have Spider-Man coming out and then Doomsday, so we're gonna assume this is gonna happen after Doomsday, right? But I think what you do here is with Doomsday coming out, I would have the main characters for Doomsday be like Shang-Chi and the new Hawkeye and Sam Wilson and all these new characters that they showed here. And they would be defending this Earth from the other Earth. And then the outcome of that would be now we have new people. So we need some people to sacrifice themselves. So possibly Sam Wilson sacrifices himself, or Bucky sacrifices himself, and I'm trying to fucking what's his name? The Power of the Thousand Suns.
Sentry.
The Sentry, dies or whatever. But this is where the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, you get new Spider-Man. Like we start touching the Spider-Verse, and the TV people coming, right? Because we already, like Captain Marvel, this is where Rogue gets her powers. If we're gonna go with Henry Cavill as the new Wolverine, he's in there now. But it's time where we stop doing this Ego's new characters that we developed through the MCU that we want to control or we want to, to take over when we already know for a fact people don't like them. So now you have War Machine because we need some kind of Iron Man. Ironheart is, I would replace Ironheart with Dinosaur Girl.
Moon Girl.
Yeah, there you go. You have Tony Stark and Hank Pym replaced by Mr. Fantastic Four. The Avengers are pretty much replaced by the X-Men. Spider-Man, since he's going to be on his own, he's going to be running into Daredevil and Punisher and Kingpin, and we need that. But Miles Morales can come in this fucking thing. And I'm not saying we all put it into one universe, but now since we're able to travel the multiverse in one way or another, where we would have the Fantastic Four be able to travel the multiverse and get help when needed. Spider-Man has access to the multiverse with his Spider-Verse shit. We're able to have more movies in separate locations, so that way when you sit there and go, why is Galactus coming and no one's helping? Because in that universe, there's only the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when there's a world threat going on, boom, we need your help. Or because I at least some universes are like that, where we have one main thing where there's a bunch of people. So like, let's say Apocalypse comes down and he's trying to kill everything. The X-Men and some of the fucking Avengers come and help fight Apocalypse. Or Spider-Man is with the Avengers and the X-Men are out, doing their own thing, but there's still a group of X-Men there that's fighting. So we always have that group aspect and the big bad that we could fight. So I would definitely move on from what we have now to what we're able to do in the future, because the Blade shit ain't working. But Blade can literally happen anytime, because to be honest with you, you're gonna put him in there with a fucking character no one gives a shit about, and it's too late now. You introduced this character in one of the worst movies that you did. No one's gonna give a shit about him. Blade could go after Spider-Man for all we fucking care, or Morbius for all we give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
only if he gets to kill Jared Leto as Morbius.
Yeah, but the crazy shit, you can have the X-Men with X Factor and X Force and doing the space shit and Nova, and then Spider-Man with the street level, and break it down into different things where this universe, the X-Men, their Earth has the universal shit with the Guardians, not the Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's where we get our fucking outer space shit from. Then the street level shit with Spider-Man and Punisher and Daredevil and the Fantastic Four and all those people, that's where we get the Earth shit from. And then you can have like Nova Corps and all this other stuff where it's the gods, because Hercules still needs to show up because Zeus put him on a mission. You gotta get people believing in the gods again. So you can have Hercules and all the other gods that you put in fighting in their own like universe, or not their own universe, but their own section of this universe, and people don't need to touch no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that way it's no longer, well, the reason why Thor isn't here is because he's off fighting a space god and whatever the fuck. Thor's gone. He's not here no more. But the reason why Hercules ain't here to help Spider-Man is because Hercules don't fuck with Earth. You know what I'm saying? The X-Men ain't on this universe. Spider-Man got Doctor Strange and the Fantastic Four with him. You know what I'm saying? And the Hulk, maybe. And then the X-Men is on a different universe and they got these people. I would split it up that way. So one, you can have movies where there's no speculation. It's like, no, this is a different universe. And two, then you can have movies that you can come out with big bads for each universe multiple times, where people's like, oh, didn't they just destroy New York? Like, yeah, but that was in the X-Men universe. This is the Spider-Man universe. You know what I'm saying? Because now it doesn't limit you with what you can do with shit. Because if Kingpin's gonna be the mayor of New York, and they keep destroying New York, Kingpin, what are you doing? Why are you not in the movies? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? You know?
Vanessa, I was beaten by Zorhan Mandani.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you can have the Wakandans and all those people in the background working with Mr. Fantastic, and if you wanted to have Blue Marvel, he can be in a different universe. He could be in the universe with the fucking X-Men or in space. Just tell his fucking story and just let him be in space. He left the planet because they did him wrong, and now he's just traveling. He's just a traveler out in fucking space. He's with Blue Nova or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would do the MCU from there. And the DCU, I would lean heavily on the Lanterns. I think what I would seriously do is have a good Batman, good Superman, but I would lean on the Lanterns for the lore, because we already seen Batman. Like, yeah, we'll have a good Batman and a good Superman movie, but if you have the Lantern TV show do it right, then that can lead to actual, like, yo, Darkseid's coming or Doomsday's coming or somebody's coming, and you can have Batman and Superman come in as cameos. Because we've seen 17 different movies of those. We don't need shit. Like, I would rather another Flash movie that's done right than this bullshit. If you're gonna give us Batman, give us the Bat family. Give us fucking all the Robins and Catwoman. Like, have him already established in Gotham. You know? And then let's see how Tim Drake and Robin, what's his name? Dick Grayson do while they're older or training. They're already Robin and shit. Let's do that, because you already established the Penguin. So the Batman's already there. Let's get some shit going. We don't need movies where it's like, well, he's already established 50 years in, he's about to retire hero, but we don't need the origin either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have a movie where Dick Grayson is Robin, and then he turns into Nightwing, and then we find Tim Drake or whoever else is in there. You know? But that's what I would do.
Not altogether too bad ideas there.
What would you do?
So this is what I would do. My thing starts with Secret War. Whatever happens in Doomsday is irrelevant. We just got to get to Secret War. In Secret War, we have the Fox Universe characters, the X-Men from the Fox Universe get wiped out. Everything gets switched into one, like kind of like what they did with the Ultimate Universe. Everything gets switched into one continuity stretch timeline. The X-Men weren't with us before because we took the X-Men from the end of the Marvels. So whatever universe that is, we got all brand new X-Men that are not the Fox X-Men. They're now in our timeline. What does that do? That gets us to where when we get out of the I mean, you kept the multiverse thing. I'm not keeping the multiverse because it's dumb. It's overplayed.
Okay.
We keep one line. We bring them from the different universe. That automatically gives you a reason why there's superheroes running around the world, right? And people can love them or hate the superheroes we have now because of all the shit that happened with Thanos, and now the fucking whatever happened in Doomsday, and now the Secret War and Battle World, and everything fucking split, and now it came back together, all that shit. And then you add on top of that a whole crop of new fucking people with powers. And they're not all heroes. They're just people, some of them are just people who are trying to live their lives. And you build the hate for the mutants because some people like them, some people are like, here's another fucking group of people with powers that are not gonna get checked. They're gonna fucking destroy shit. This one doesn't even know what the fuck he can do, and he's losing control. This one over here's got 6 fucking arms. Like, is that contagious? Is that gonna happen to my kid? You play on the fucking paranoia, and you play on the fact that the people of our universe are getting tired of all these world-ending cataclysmic fucking things. And now you just introduced that their next door neighbor might be able to be a chameleon and blend in with his fucking surroundings as he's cutting the hedge. And you're like, good, now I gotta worry if this even if it's unfounded, I gotta worry if this motherfucker gonna sneak in my house or not. I can't fucking see him. He's doing some other shit. I disappeared for 5 years. Other motherfuckers were in my house when I came back. How much more do I gotta do with this shit? And you can get somebody to jump in there and feed on that and rile people up. And then you get that classic hatred of the mutants without having to worry about it seeming shoehorned in or like, oh, but mutants were here the whole time. They weren't. You can even have a character be like, but mutations existed throughout time here. And they'd be like, no, they were not. Then when Thanos snapped, there were no fucking mutants. This dude did not exist here. Right? And you can have that argument. Then you bring in the Fantastic Four for the flip side. With the Fantastic Four, we've seen they're not going to be on the frontline superheroes who are like, oh, well, let's go kick the shit out of this man this week.
Yeah.
You can have them open up technology, work with governments, show the intelligence, and people are going, oh, these 4 are here to help. So we like them. They're not inconveniencing our lives. They're literally trying to make it better. So everybody loves the Fantastic Four like they're supposed to. Right? Then you could split off into, all right, each movie feels like the comic books in a way that when you do an X-Men movie, it is a problem that is not world-ending, because you can only do a world-ending fucking problem so much before it's like, well, fuck it, just destroy it already.
Yeah.
Because if you keep stopping people from destroying it, then we're invincible. There's nothing you can do to us.
Yeah.
All right. So you keep the X-Men shit to X-Men specific problems. So one that like the Avengers will literally turn around like, yo, we can't help you with that. That's not an issue we can help you with. Like, you have to figure that shit out. Right? Like something similar to like, oh, your next door neighbor lost the keys to his house. Cool. Yeah, we're next door. And in the movie of his life, we could come in and help and cameo. But you ain't give us a set of keys. What do you want me to do? Break in your house, go get a lock, go do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Fuck you inviting me in this shit for? Right? You keep the adventure shit to something where you're like, oh, but how come the mutants aren't in there? And like, well, they're dealing with their own issues. All right? But then you could play off to where some of the X-Men or some of the mutants turn around and like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm gonna go join these guys. So the next time you do an Avengers movie and you have a roster, you have a few X-Men in there, you have a few mutants in there because they jump ship to that side. So you can play around with the. It still gives you room to play around with the roster and shit like that. But everybody, it's clear as day that everybody has a movie that is big enough that that specific group of characters or that character needs to deal with this. But it is not so gargantuan that you're like, dude, call in everybody. The Rhino is running in the street.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? It's like what happened in Thunderbolts was a perfect example. Because you could say two things in this example of why nobody came to help the Thunderbolts. Number one, it happened, and both of them stem from the same shit they already told us. It happened in this radius in Manhattan. So, number one, the people that were able to help in this radius got sucked into that black zone and got voided. They got sucked into the void because they didn't know what the shadow shit did.
Yeah.
Or two, it only came into this radius, and by the time they got it all sorted out, it was reversed. So, what, Daredevil's going to show up 15 minutes after, and it's like, I'm here to stop him. Like, dude, we already got it handled. We don't need you because it didn't go far enough to trigger everybody else's radar.
Yeah.
Right? So you keep the movies in that similar vein. So that's what I would do with the MCU. That way now we have the X-Men, all of our own casting for the X-Men. They have the similar vibes of what we already know X-Men to be. It's a new spin on why we hate mutants. You can again make it less of a weird racial undertone and more of a just how much more we're gonna have to endure. It's kind of like we watch My Hero Academia, right? This new final season, and we're watching regular people watch the TV and watch these heroes fight and getting their asses handed to them, and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck what are we gonna do, man?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers popped up and ruined our lives." But in this case, they popped up, and just as we thought we were getting back to normal, here's another fucking thing. That, like, what is it? We get snapped. Thanos fucking comes out. What? Is somebody gonna come and eat the fucking planet? Bam! There's Galactus. Right?
It makes sense because you can have the mutants come out and they're the first signs of mutants, they're bad. Because all the other mutants is like, yo, we gotta hide from this because people don't like different or whatever the case may be. They might see us as aliens or whatever, and then people start using that shit to rob banks and rob people's houses, and they just start with the bad fucking stigma.
Dude, you just triggered something in me. Magneto. We know Magneto's right because of his history and because of the context of whatever he's gone through, and he knows what it feels like to have the fucking boot on the neck, right?
Yeah.
But this new Magneto might not have that same context because he's coming from a different world. So what if we have our Magneto and our Charles come in with the advantage of they weren't feared in their last universe. They were accepted. They come in here and they see all this non-tolerance. This shit is like, God damn it. More motherfuckers. Now there's even more superpowered fucking beings, and this is bullshit. And Magneto can't can't get a grip on why there's all this vitriol, because he's like us. Where Charles is like, give him time, they'll adjust. Magneto's like us, going, but you have these motherfuckers who were already here, and you seem fine with them.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the difference? Like, these guys actually lost and got you snapped. We haven't done shit. And then his anger fucking, oh, you want us to be, you think we're that bad? Well, fuck it then. Like, he comes at it from that angle. Like, you could play with it so that way you could tell different stories, and it's again keeping in line with what we did with the movies, and we don't have to worry about keeping in line with the comics like Civil War did. Civil War is the perfect example of taking something a concept that existed and adapting it perfectly to fit what you were already telling. And then basically what I would do with the DCU is I would set character tones. So Superman has his tone. Anytime you see Superman, regardless of the movie, you know what tone he sets and you know how people act around him. Batman, you set his tone. The Lanterns, you set their own personal tone. So when you watch the Lanterns and Peacemaker, they're cursing up a storm, they're fucking nudity, they're doing whatever. There's drugs in Peacemaker. The Lanterns doing whatever the fuck they do, because that's what they do. But you know that when they meet Superman, you know they're gonna adjust to his tone. So they're gonna take the edge off a little. They don't curse as much. They don't whatever, because they know him.
Kind of like how people were with Cap. They respected Cap, so they treated him differently.
Yes. So instead of having the movies tonally different, you go off the characters, because then you could tell whatever story you want with the character, because we know that tone of the character. Batman could be a little more broody because we know his tone. You could tell whatever kind of, like the Clayface movie, even though I think that's part of the
Batman, the Twilight Batman.
Yeah. But you could do something like that because we know what the character tone is. So when the movie comes in, we're not sitting there going, oh, when the Justice League starts, we're not like, oh, well, Batman is gritty horror, Superman is upbeat PG-13, the Lanterns are horror rated R. How is this gonna mix? Like, no, Superman acts this way, they act that way, Batman acts this way, and then you just put them in whatever in the movie. And the movie's not tonally different because you're trying to match 5 genres in there. It's just you got different characters with different flavorings, with different reactions, and it's a more naturalistic flow of how people interact with each other. Because again, you can, in a PG-13, all right, maybe you say the F word once, but you can do dams and shits and bitches and a bunch of other stuff that gives your lanterns a harder edge.
Yeah.
You could do something where, like John Stewart, perfect example, Justice League goes up, Superman catches somebody, right? And he's going to interrogate him. And he's sitting there with his arms crossed, trying to look intimidating. He's like, hey, Mongoloid, where's the mother box? And John Stewart's like, yo, I don't think your shit's working. And he pulled out a bat and smacks this dude in the face. Yo, where is this? Because we know his tone. And then you get to see Superman react to that. And then that's fucking good character, interplay where it's like, yo, but wait, I'm trying to, like, we saw a little bit of that when they tried to save the animal.
Yeah.
Right. But I think this is the one place it failed. Superman definitely broke that dog's rib where he ice blasted him into the tree.
Yeah.
That little dog, like he went too hard to.
Yeah.
But we already laid the foundation for Superman looking at lanterns and going, "Yo, you guys don't listen to me. I'm trying to save this," and you already have guy who broke that tone line, who's like, "Yeah, whatever, we'll just kill the fucking beast." And then you bring in the other lanterns who are supposed to be cops, and they're like, "No, we're doing interrogations this way. We don't got time to play around your way." And it doesn't feel like we mashed two movies together. It's just like, oh, now we got to figure out how these people mesh. How do you learn to function together when he's a Boy Scout, you're a fucking cop from the 70s, he's a fucking jackass, Batman is a fucking 10-year-old in an alley, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because James Gunn has already said he wants to just do movies. He's just making movies. He's essentially doing what I told Marvel to fucking do. He's making movies, and he's like, you already know these characters all know each other. So I don't need to keep a fucking through line of how everything, you know, you saw Supergirl and Superman, so you know she knows him. So when they meet up on screen, you already know this, they exist in the same world.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And who knows, James Gunn might be doing that already, unbeknownst to us.
Well, let's see. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up.
Well, hopefully this fucking selling of Warner Brothers Studios don't fuck him up, and he has to go away because they just like, well, fuck it, no more, no more money for any of this.
They're gonna sell Warner Brothers to The Rock.
Yeah, how funny would it be? They sell Warner Brothers to The Rock, but DC Studios to Disney.
I mean, that would be dope because then you can actually have fucking DC Marvel crossover.
Disney is starting to ruin Marvel. Disney has ruined Star Wars. What's his name? Zack Snyder ruined DC once. Do you want to see Disney ruin DC now?
I don't think they ruined Star Wars. I think they fucking swung and missed, or they watched the third strike go by. But Star Wars is still well loved that they can come back strong with another movie or with another show and people are still gonna like it. When you say they ruined it, I think ruining it is they come back with something and everybody's like, nah, we're good. We don't watch shit no more.
Can I posit this for you? Can I have you look at it this way then?
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars has got a couple of $1 billion movies in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
And they got a whole bunch of fucking horrendous misses also. Right? You look at Aaron Judge differently because, the motherfucker in the regular season hits 1.5 billion home runs. But come playoff time, we don't do shit because he don't do shit. So how good of a player is he? You said all the time, you much rather have Shohei Ohtani than Aaron Judge, who's the better fucking player, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, they got a couple of $1 billion movies when it was easy to get a $1 billion movie because you just put a Star Wars movie out and everybody's like, oh, what's this about? But then when you had time to actually step up to the plate and give us the shit you wanted, you failed. So how fucking good can you be?
Listen, I hear you. I'm just saying that based off of people, like, if they came out with the Mandalorian, right? Well, they coming out with the Mandalorian, and Mandalorian makes $50. All right, you ruined Star Wars. Now you just can't throw out shit and people watch it. But you know, it's people still watch it. People still find things to love about it.
I guarantee I 100% agree with you. If next season Aaron Judge gets his shit together and the Yankees win a World Series, that motherfucker's good. Fuck Shohei.
Yeah.
We got Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. But I'm just saying, Disney, for me personally, these motherfuckers are one step away from me going, oh, they're like the WWE. And I just fucking...
Yeah.
Because, I got no problem. You call me a bandwagon jumper. I got no problem sitting out until they're good again. And I'm like, all right, I'll go back and I'll catch up. Because, I mean, I essentially only watch, like, for wrestling, I only watch the pay-per-views because I don't have a TV in my room and you watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The talk online, if you look at actual fucking Star Wars fans, when I say actual, I mean ones that can openly criticize and look at shit objectively, we're not in a good place right now. All right, so is it the extremes? Is it to where everybody, is it to that place where people like nothing they can do will ever fix it? No. Is it in a place where everything they do is gold and we just don't understand their vision? Absolutely fucking not. It is in that actual fucking zone where it's bad. They still have time to turn it around. But right now you can't sit here and say it's good. So they have time to fix it. Same shit with Marvel. Like, despite the fact that Fantastic Four was good and Thunderbolts was good, the overall state is not good. They're making less and less money at the box office. People are not going to go see it. Wonder Man is probably going to be even less viewed than Ironheart was, than Agatha was. Can they still fix it? Yes, they can still turn it around. They still got 3 movies that can actually turn this shit around and get people hyped. But picture this. If Doomsday doesn't do gangbusters, Spider-Man doesn't do gangbusters, Secret Wars doesn't do gangbusters, when are we going to call it? When are we going to call it and be like, yo, the MCU is, for all intents and purposes, dead. If they put out a movie or a TV show, watch it, don't watch it. It no longer is appointment television. It is no longer, we have to go to the theater to see it.
Yeah.
Because look at this. Do you know what the highest rated Marvel movie was this year?
Marvel movie?
Yeah.
The only movies that came out was Thunderbolts,
Fantastic Four, Captain America.
Oh, Captain America.
Thunderbolts.
It's
exactly what I predicted.
Yeah, you did say it.
Thunderbolts would be the highest rated movie with the lowest amount of money made. So high rated movies are no longer enough. Because you burn the fans too many times. Again, I'm going to bring, since sports is tomorrow, I'm going to bring up fucking Aaron Judge. We lost to the Toronto Blue Jays in the playoffs this year. Guess who had a good postseason? Aaron Judge. But did he have the postseason we need? No. Like, was it Vlad Guerrero? No. Did he have one like Freddie Freeman on fucking LA? No. But it was better than what he did last year. So
Yeah.
Like they keep earning enough respect to just put another piece of strip in the road ahead of them instead of building miles long tracks. There's just enough to put another piece of track in front to keep the train moving, but it's moving slowly. Hey, we gotta hope, because even Superman, was Superman a success? Yes. Was it a blowout success that everybody would have thought? No. But I mean that seems to be the case for everything nowadays. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think people are they're tired of the generic, not generic, but the simple shit. Because I think even though we protect the Fantastic Four, I think the comic book movie industry needs to move to more serious movies where, like, Infinity War and Endgame, they were a culmination of 20 years. But when you really think about it, there was stuff in that movie that wasn't just action. Like, most of the movie was they were finding out how to travel through time. They were trying to figure out how to live their life through the blip. You know, they were coming, you know, they were showing they were paying homage to people. There were hard decisions being made. There was true acting going on. And, you know, and then you watch, you know, other movies and it's just, well, we got Fast and the Furious. And I think the Fantastic Four could have been a bigger or more well received movie if it wasn't so fast paced with this is all the shit they did in the last 4 years. Now let's go fight Galactus. It's like, okay, if they slowed down a little bit, and I'm not even talking about showing like character development, because I think they did show who these characters were, but I think if they slowed down a little bit and told a little bit more of a story, because the only one that really connected with that child was Reed Richards, where he was trying to figure out what was like, you tell me what you are. He did all those tests. Like, Sue was already accepting him. Johnny was already accepting him. The thing, which, yeah, it's a baby, you accepted who it is. But it would have still been dope to see a little bit more of these people fell in love with this baby. And all four of them would have died to save that baby. We saw Johnny do it. And Johnny was like, yo, I'm a hero, and I figured out this girl's language and why she's here. And the thing at one point is kind of like, well, you show me who to hit and I'll hit him. You know, if they gave it more of a serious tone, like an old school flair for a movie and not a action movie, I think it would have been better received. Where Superman also has that tendency of, yes, it's a superhero movie, but if this would have been more dramatic, of people love Superman and then they hate Superman because of that video, and he spends most of his time trying to show that he's not that person that his parents wanted him to be in that video, and then they did the whole shit with Lex Luthor and all that, it would have been a bigger payoff. I think that the tone and the speed of these movies have gotten so fast that they're trying to tell the story secondary to whatever action they can put in there. And I think if they get to that, then there'll be better movies, because, you know, let's face it, the Avengers had action in it, but what was the story? Loki is trying to take over the planet, and what is he doing? He's showing off. He wants a monument in the sky. Oh shit, that's what Tony Stark has. The Avengers Tower. I know people like you, Loki. The last time someone said that, we didn't agree too much. He was talking about Hitler and the Red Skull. Thor, that's my brother. Even though he's my half brother, that's my brother. I gotta protect him. The Hulk is a monster. He has to get rid of that stigma of being a monster. And then we introduce Hawkeye and the real fucking Natasha Romanoff in these movies. What happened with Winter Soldier? The story, yeah, the Winter Soldier came back and he was, and Cap was like, "Oh shit, this is Bucky." Well, what did he uncover? Hydra took over S.H.I.E.L.D. There were stories inside of these movies that had action in them, but they were more story driven than anything. Even Civil War. The main story of that was this man got the Avengers to kill themselves. And T'Challa was like, "You have let vengeance overrule you, have consumed you." And I almost did that also. And that bit him in the ass when Shuri became the Black Panther, because she wanted vengeance on the world when they lost her brother. But then when Namor killed her mom, she wanted vengeance. That's why she saw Killmonger in the celestial plane.
Yeah.
And it was because of that feeling that, so they give you who you need to see. You want vengeance? Here goes vengeance. Here goes the man that can get you to what you want. But when she didn't want vengeance anymore, she realized this isn't who she is. She finally saw her mother, and her mother said the words, "Show them who you are." That's why these movies are good. These movies aren't good just because of the action. We get to that again, and I think we'll survive. Remember, Star Wars is a movie about magicians and people who have magic and laser swords, right? But everyone loves the fact that Anakin Skywalker was Luke Skywalker's father and he was Darth Vader at the end of it. Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. That story, with that reveal, is what people hold on to. The "no, I am your father" made people fall in love with it. People, the prequel series, people really hate the Midichlorians because it gave a reason for the Force to exist. And it's like, no, the Force is supposed to be everything, and blah, 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 blah. What's the one thing people do not want to be revealed in Star Wars? The location of Yoda's planet.
Him as a species, period.
Yeah. Because it leaves the imagination. That's something in the movie that we can always be like, yo, they never told us and we don't need to know. It's kind of like in Star Trek when what's his name passed the test. And then in the prequel movie, they showed how he passed the test and he cheated. It kind of fucked everything up. Yeah, it kind of fucked everything up. If you would have left that be, it would have let the Lord, because that's something people can hold on to in their own thing, their own investment.
Well, yeah, the fact that they say he cheated, but we never see it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I think that is what we're missing with these Marvel movies, or these. I want to say comic book movies, but movies in general. A lot of these movies lack the fun. They don't lack the story. They lack the telling of the story. Because if you think about it, Daredevil and Wolverine was an amazing movie. I just saw it again. Because the story of that was Deadpool and Wolverine. Sorry, I said Daredevil. Deadpool wanted to matter. He wanted to matter. He wanted to be an Avenger. He wanted to prove that he wasn't just a fuck up. And him wanting to matter so much pushed away the woman that he loved. And what did he need to do to matter? He needed to save his universe. He needed to have his universe matter because they lost the anchor point, which was Logan. And he found the one Logan that didn't care anymore because he lost all the people that made him feel like he mattered because he fucked up. And how did they save their universe? They appealed to Xavier's sister by letting her know that if Charles Xavier knew she existed, she would have mattered more to him than anything else in this planet. Gambit in the movie was, I don't know where I'm from. I think I was born here. He wanted to matter. He wanted his story to be told that he saved the day. Blade was, I'm good. I had my trilogy. But you know what? Fuck it. One last hurrah. Why not? Elektra. I can do this without Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? These are strong fucking points that are happening that connect with people. And it's still a funny movie. But then we have those moments of the greatest joke God ever told, but it's on us because you can never fucking die. Like that speech there was so fucking like, ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think people miss nowadays in movies. Those moments. He's like, ugh. Is not for nothing. I could have did without the Thing saying it's clobbering time. And I definitely could have did without Johnny Storm forcing him to say it's clobbering time. But if it would have came out organically, like if he would have got his, like if Galactus would have backhanded him and he flew into a building and fucking just like, oh shit, like nah, I ain't no bitch. It's clobbering time. Like fuck you, it's clobbering time now. Like you done woke up a monster. Okay, cool, got you. But then it's like, oh, you forced that in there for what? We heard it in the toy. Or in the cartoon. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Sure, you got anything to add?
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry to talk so much, man. Fantastic Four. I feel like the first part was for you guys, but the second part is gonna be awesome because it's gonna be for us. It's not gonna be so comic because the first one, as I hear from you guys, is very comic accurate, which you love. I think the second one should get a little loose, put some action, all the good stuff for us. It's gonna be a good movie. I can't wait.
Do you have any ideas on how what your plan would be going forward for the MCU?
MCU wise, crazy. Well, we got to see what they're gonna do with Doomsday.
No, what would you do?
What
So
I would do?
So tell us what you would, if you was doing Doomsday or past Doomsday. Just assume what they would do at Doomsday and then tell us what you would do afterwards.
All right, so Doomsday obviously was gonna defeat Tony Stark somehow. There'll be some dope joint if defeating him as that variant turns him into Iron Man, and then we get Iron Man back. But that's a little weird because I don't read the comics, so I don't know if the variant is actually both.
Don't worry about reading the comics for these next few movies.
So, but all right. So to clarify, Cap mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago that he's playing Doctor Doom. He's not playing Iron Man as Doctor Doom. He's playing Victor Von Doom.
But isn't there something that Victor Von Doom is a very? I don't know. I heard that they
There was in the
somehow.
comics. There wasn't a what if where Victor Von Doom put his consciousness in Tony Stark's body.
Okay.
But that I don't think that's what's
No. I thought that's what was leading to, since it would have been accurate, but I didn't. Since I'm mishearing, then obviously we're gonna defeat Victor Bandoum, and we're gonna move towards Khan again. I don't know if they'll give him a chance, since he was acquitted, or maybe they'll bring another actor to do it. Khan the Conqueror,
Kang?
King. My bad.
Well,
If I can say Khan. What is this? Ain't Star Wars.
Shaka
Oh,
Khan.
Star
Come on,
Trek.
man.
You got me fucked up now, man. This ain't Star Trek.
King.
ah,
So yeah, I don't know if they'll bring him back, but
But what
well, this is
again?
you.
What are
This is
you gonna
What would
do?
you do?
What
Would you bring
gonna
him back?
do?
I would bring him back, and that would be my next bad guy that the Avengers would have to work towards, or the new Avengers.
Question for you.
Mhm.
Would you, whatever actor you have playing Kang, would you keep him away from white women?
Immediately. Security and everything.
Immediately.
Word. You gonna live here in the MCU, bro.
You in the bubble.
Like Casalo Foke. Fuck it. You stuck here for 3 months.
Word. It's funny because right now he's with Megan Good.
He's doing what?
Isn't he with Megan Good now? Isn't that
He
his
always
girlfriend?
been with her. He cheated on her, I think, right?
No, this he wanted the white woman to be Martin Luther King's wife.
You can't even run away from them. Let me go. I'm out. We still got arrested. You trying to run?
On the charge of fleeing the scene of a crime,
Word.
we find the defendant guilty.
Guilty. Damn, I can't even run, fam. Leave me alone. That's
It be like
crazy.
that sometimes.
Bring that man back, man. As a sorry. Yeah, y'all fired him for no well, not no reason, but he was acquitted, I think. So give him a chance. I would make him the actual character. He played a good. He did a good role.
So how would you use Kang moving forward?
That's crazy. You know what? I would use Kang to try to either time travel to save some of the old Avengers and bring them back, or to move to another universe to get some more, like somebody else, like the X-Men, etc.
All right, so you would use Kang as a connection point between the different universes to bring superheroes from one location to another.
I don't know how, but I know he has the power to time travel and all that.
Okay.
Go back.
So let me help you out a little bit.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because I suck at this.
So the original Kang story was that his wife was sick and he was going through time killing the Avengers because he blamed them, right?
Mhm.
That's correct.
Oh, he was going through time to find a cure, and the Avengers stopped him from doing something, and it went south with her. So he essentially blamed them for preventing him from finding the cure.
Okay. So now, show here goes some help. You get something similar to that, and what you do is you have Kang go get the X-Men to fight the Avengers because Kang knows he's not strong enough to fight him. Or you get Kang to get some of the Sinister Six, or other Omega level threats to go fight him because he's traveling through time. So now we have future threats, past threats, all those different things. You can even have him get Apocalypse while Apocalypse is Ramen Tut, right? That's his
Asabin Nur.
Asabin Nur.
Ramen Tut is actually Kang.
Oh no, yeah, but to fight one of the X-Men, like maybe Ant-Man or something like that. and that's where he finds the celestial shit. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could have him go through different time. So let's say you have Apocalypse come and fight Sam Wilson. Apocalypse tries to fight Sam Wilson. It doesn't work, but he goes to Celestial Island where the Celestial is, and he finds he finds some part of the Celestial that's not turned into animanium, and he finds the technology, and he transforms that into his suit, which allows him to fucking grow and manipulate shit. And he starts altering different timelines, and that's where, since mutants don't exist yet, that's where Apocalypse got the power to create mutants. Because Apocalypse was the first mutant. And now Apocalypse made his Four Horsemen and started creating mutants, and then the mutant gene passed on. Would you do that, show? Because that sounds like a good idea from you.
No, that sounds excellent. That sounds like I pitched something to you, and you say, you know what? Let me use your shit and put some facts into it, and it sounds amazing. There you go.
Nothing.
Cap. See
Yeah.
how wonderful? What you think about my story? Cat was like, nope.
And what do you think about show's idea, Cap?
Well, your idea was well thought out. Show's idea was handed to you.
It was listen. It was the first draft, bro. You got to proofread, add a couple of sentences. You think I got
Your
you?
first draft was my idea. Here.
The title. The title of the book is this. Here, Toe. Write it.
And another thing.
Yo, you essentially you went to a ghostwriter to write your autobiography. It was like, yo, put your life story in there.
Somebody got to shit.
Hey, he
You gotta help him
understood
out.
me.
But I mean, I think that's where he was going with.
That
It
is
was
exactly
something.
what I'm
It
doing.
was something like, because he was bringing characters to each other, and what better way to bring characters to each other than to fight each other?
There you go. Now, question to Cap is, what version would you like? Would you like them going and bringing or doing something with the old Avengers where you get Iron Man and stuff, go back in time, bop bop? You know what y'all think? Yes, I don't know how, but or they go and grab somebody else, like he said, to try to fight the Avengers.
If you're asking me, we gotta let go of these. We gotta let go of these dudes. They had their run. They're done. Find new motherfuckers. There's a million characters that you can use. Find somebody else.
Bring back Jordan.
Who would you bring back though?
I think Captain America should be able to be anywhere because he's young. He's supposed to be young forever.
No,
So that's a character that you could bring back.
we literally saw him turn into an old man, and
So he's not young for it. It slows his aging,
Oh,
and him being frozen for 80 years helps out a lot.
okay, let's free that motherfucker again. What are we doing? There's nobody that doesn't get old from the Avengers. That would be a perfect character to keep alive forever.
ironically, the original Nick Fury, the white Nick Fury.
Damn. They could use that as a
Samuel L. Jackson might look good, but he's gonna not be able to move in a few years.
soon. I agree.
We already seen a fight scene where he just had to sit in the chair because he couldn't do shit.
That's why I thought Captain America because he looks young. But like you said, he did get old in the movies. Scarlet Witch gets old.
She
I mean, she
apparently
can
killed herself.
technically warp reality, but she's dead.
How's she arguing?
She supposedly killed herself.
He don't do shit.
Yeah, that's
Come on, Hulk don't get old. I never seen an older Hulk with a fucking goatee, with a fucking walker.
You said old Hulk?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no old Hulk. He don't get old. Does he get old? Okay, I see. He about to prove me wrong. Oh shit, there he goes. And that guy still rip your fucking heart out. So we can put him in we can bring him back. Smash one more time. Smash it, Walker.
Ash the Walker. Wow.
Bang. But if any character, like I said, any character that doesn't get old, we can keep them. But like you said, we could get rid of everybody else. It's time to move on.
I mean, there's plenty of stories that you could tell with new characters. Like Namor in the Phoenix Saga, him, Colossus, Cyclops, and who else had the power of the Phoenix?
I forgot who. I gotta look
You
it
know,
up.
so it was the Avengers versus the X-Men, and then the Phoenix Force came down, and then it split into 4 people, and they had the power of the Phoenix, and then everybody had to team up to fight the Phoenix, and all that jazz, and they wound up giving it up or some shit, right? They convinced him to give up the power of the Phoenix or something, and then Jean Grey took it back. So there's a story like that you can tell. It's just that's something that you got to give time to. That can't be one of the first fucking
So Cyclops,
movies.
Emma Frost, Namor, Magic, Colossus.
Okay, there you go.
I'm trying to think of a character story that I actually want to hear about. If you just see me being here, I mean, see me here silent.
Shit, they could come out with a movie just for fucking Juggernaut alone. Because Juggernaut is not technically a mutant.
Can you imagine doing the fucking Judgment Day storyline where other people get the fucking the Sidorak amulet, like Juggernaut, Colossus become Juggernaut.
Yeah,
and other people fucking become Juggernaut. That you could do like a Jason Goes to Hell scenario where different people get in contact with the stone and they fucking transform for a little bit.
So you know how damn, I forgot his fucking name. Moon Knight is the guy for the god. Juggernaut is similar. He has a stone where the god gives him that power. So his power comes from magic and shit, and he's not a mutant. So
Is
his
that the
original
big
shit
robot looking dude?
Yeah, he's the red one. The big. You remember Deadpool 2 that he was in the jail suit and he was fighting Colossus? That's Juggernaut.
What's going on with the Miles Morales story?
Good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Zangief with a mask.
Pretty much. Miles Morales story? Good question. Because that movie was supposed to come out last year. And it didn't.
I don't want the cartoon though.
It's coming up.
Oh, it's from the cartoon. Oh, I don't think they're gonna have a Miles Morales in the movies for a while.
That would be fine.
Remember, Sony wants to fuck shit up.
Yo, did you hear the rumor that if they put Miles Morales in Spider-Man or Marvel, it has to be the animated one?
Which is then we're gonna start thinking of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You want to talk about some stupid shit? There you go. Is the only way I would put an animated fucking Miles Morales in the real MCU is if it was a cartoon and people were watching and like, look at Miles Morales, because they don't know who Spider-Man is. So someone created a Spider-Man show and just gave him his own fucking identity and shit. You know? Because I can't fucking electrocute people or turn invisible.
And on that note.
Yeah. I mean, we stood an extra 15 minutes because show wouldn't want to shut up.
I'm sorry. I know I spoke too much.
Nah,
so good, but
here on time.
Word. But yo, listen, At least he showed up. And tomorrow, you want to tune in because some shit happened today in sports. And Show already told his piece to Hulch, but maybe Hulch can tell you what Show said because Show's gonna be hiding. Show doesn't want to talk about it tomorrow. It's
I'm
too
glad I did that.
controversial.
I'm glad I did that because now y'all could actually argue like I'm there because you already know what I've said.
No, you got to be there to argue.
I will be.
Shit.
Yep. Indiana Colts, Danny Dimes.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead. Fuck the Colts. Signing out. Peace, everybody.
Make sure you subscribe,